I was looking for an ending and not a solution. My military career consisted of 6 years active duty, 2 years in the inactive reserve in the United States Marine Corps. When I got out, I walked away from all of it. I didn't want anything to do with it. Just saying that I was a veteran was the last thing you were ever going to get out of me in a conversation. When I got into my mid-40s, the wheels started to fall off from not dealing with some things. Having my daughter around the same time made me realize that I couldn't continue doing what I was doing if I wanted to have a good relationship with her.
The military mental health program started 15 years ago. We knew there was a need to serve our veterans, so we reached out to different programs, everything from vet centers to local programming right around the corner. Therapists were saying things to me like, wow, I'm getting so much out of 6 weeks with the horses, and it would take me 6 months to get in talk therapy. Utilizing the horses really started to show sort of that instant biofeedback. If you can think about somebody deployed many times, they're constantly taught to be in this state of hypervigilance. They're in a fight or flight all the time. Horses live in fight or flight. So when you pair the two together, it set off a lot of alert, hypervigilance, stress, and the therapist's job was to help them manage it and self-regulate. There are some studies that show that the horses and humans can synchronize their heartbeat. So we started to slow down our program and take time for that. And that was really powerful because the horse's breathing, the horse's heartbeat, it does sort of slow your central nervous system down and makes you more present.
We have programs for military members. A lot of them are well known. Our hippotherapy, our equine-assisted learning, equine-assisted psychotherapy, and adaptive riding. There are also military-specific programs. One is a 12-week group program. Another one, we have a group from Long Beach that come down once a month and interact with the horses. We also have the EFMP, Exceptional Family Member Program event, that we do in partnership with Camp Pendleton, and some family riding opportunities. We're also always looking to grow our opportunities for our military members.
We've had veterans come that have physical disabilities and they're sitting in wheelchairs. And so when we put them on the horse's pelvis moves three-dimensionally, just like it does when we're walking. And there's about 3,000 repetitions that can happen in a 30-minute session. And if you can imagine the power of that, the mobility that that person's getting after sitting for such a long time, their balance, their trunk motion that happens, their ability to move through space and loosen up all those joints, there's just so much going on that's powerful just from sitting astride the horse.
I've known Bill for about 4 years. Through the group riding program. I have been instructing Bill and Liv together for the last year. For Liv specifically, I've seen her confidence grow a lot this past year. And that transfers to horsemanship skills because she had a goal of cantering bareback and she achieved that goal at the end of last session, which was like a huge milestone and celebration that day. Bill is super fun to teach because he can ride any horse he's up for a challenge. And he's also learned if there's a situation where he's riding and something's a little more challenging, he can self-regulate and get the horse to respond well. So overall, working with our military members has been a really big blessing in my life. I've heard stories of family relationships come back together. We've heard of restoration in marriages. Participants say that they're more self-aware and more self-regulated and okay with feeling emotions.
Did you lose your stroke?
The equine assisted services at the Shea Center have really helped both my dad and I. I notice him just even with the horses, he's been way more patient. He waits for them, and if they're not ready to do something, he doesn't push it. It's also if I'm not ready to do something, he doesn't push it with me. He is a hero to me. He's a hero to our country. I love my dad. He's my best friend. EAS, or Equine Assisted Services, is so much more than just horseback riding. It gives me tools to help me in my everyday life.
The big thing for me is regulation of my thoughts, my energy. It's taught me to breathe. I don't get wound up about the little things quite as much as I used to. I'm happy with the way we get along and the things I see, the responsibility she takes on, the kindness she exudes to these animals. She also puts that out in the world with people. And she's an empathetic, caring young kid, and I'm really blessed. Thanks for doing all this with me.
You're welcome.
I appreciate the extra help. I know. I'm glad I made the decision to get help, and I'm glad that I was pushed into being here, and I get to be here with my kid. I really don't think I'd be where I'm at today without the Shea Center in my life.